Hey beautiful souls, welcome back to my channel. So today I have another general reading for you. It is a general reading, so it may or may not resonate for everybody, and you may find that only bits of it resonate for you, and that's absolutely fine. Take what resonates and leave the rest. I am going to use the pronouns he and she for aid and ease of channeling, and it is a timeless message, so whenever you find this message, there should be a message for you. My voice was absolutely fine before I hit record, and so I feel like there's some sort of block around your throat chakra. Either there's a lack of communication. Yeah, Spirit is saying there's a lack of communication on something, okay? And actually, can you hear as I'm saying that, my voice is clearing. What Spirit is saying is once you've got this out, then the blocks will start to clear, okay? Either you're not communicating something with someone else, or you're not communicating something with yourself. The throat chakra is about, as I said, communication, but so are the ear chakras, okay? Because communication is about speaking and listening. And it's about speaking when your throat chakra is in balance. You are able to effectively communicate and discern truth, your truth and someone else's, okay? Maybe you're worried about speaking your truth. As long as you do it from a place of you're doing it for the right reasons, then okay, Spirit is saying when you speak your truth, it might be scary to do that, but remember you're going to get two types of people. You're going to speak your truth, and as long as you're not going out of your way to upset others, there will be those that it will understand, and they may not like your truth, but they will respect it, okay? Because they love you unconditionally and they will support your truth, whether they agree or disagree. You'll also come up against those that will cause conflict even if you speak your truth from a place of love, okay? Even if it is your truth and you're not going out of your way to hurt others, there are going to be those that don't like your truth. Those people, if they're not supporting you and not respecting your truth and your boundaries, Spirit are saying you need to take a step back, okay? The problem is not with you and the way you've communicated, it's with them, okay? It's triggered something within them. That's not your responsibility, okay? Protect your energy. Now, before you protect your energy, make sure that you clear your energy, because if you then put protection in place, you're just going to be, that's kind of like having, you're just gonna be like soaking up that negativity anyway. So clear your energy, cut cords, and then put protection in place, all right? Otherwise you're just going to end up completely feeling drained. So either some of you are trying to speak your truth and others are not, you don't feel like others are hearing you, or someone's trying to speak their truth to you and you're not hearing them, okay? So take it as it resonates, but let's see what the message is, the message or messages are that Spirit wants to get out today. I do feel like for some of you that's just what you needed to hear, but let's just check. So what's the message that we need to hear today, please, Spirit? Is there something about, again, this keeps coming up, something about delays, something about timing. Okay, what I'm getting is there's something you need to communicate, or you feel someone needs to communicate to you, and time is running out, okay? there's a time limit on it. Time is running out, and you're starting to, as I'm saying that, I feel like I'm panicking. Time's running out, I haven't got time, time's running out, what do I do? I feel like there was something that you expected to sort of come to you. Now something, I feel like this is something you've maybe tried to manifest and it's not coming in. And there is a time limit on this manifestation. You've put a time limit on it. First off, I'm going to say you need to release that expectation. Because that could be what is blocking your manifestation, is that you've put a time limit on it. You've put there's a word and in my head and I can't get it out. You've kind of, it's like you've kind of boxed it in. It's got to be this way, it's got to be done this way, and it's got to be done by this time. Not restrictions. Well, it is restricting the outcome, if that makes sense. What you're doing is yes, you can ask for it to happen in a certain time, but if you're not in alignment with it happening in that time frame, it's not going to happen. You have to be in alignment with your manifestation, okay? So I feel like there is something, expectations, that's the word, thank you Spirit, expectations. You've put expectations on it about how it's going to come and when, and I feel like you need to release those, okay, because I feel like they're causing blocks, and it's to do with communication. Do you feel like you were expecting, I feel like you were maybe expecting someone to reach out to you with communication and it hasn't come. And now I feel like there's a realization that maybe the communication actually has to come from you and not the other person or situation. And there's a time limit to this situation. I feel like there's something to do with people and a situation. Now it could be separate or these could be the same thing, okay? Let's have a look. But I do feel there's an element of panic, of fear over needing to communicate. Yeah, you can't make this stuff up. Letting go of urgency, okay? On the bottom of the deck, it says surrender freedom from time constraints. You're putting a time limit on it, and that's not working for you, okay? So take the time limit off because you're not in alignment, or something may not. When you're manifesting something, it's great to visualize what it is that you want to manifest. By all means, visualize it happening in a certain way, in a certain time, but be open to that not being how it's meant to play out, okay? And I feel like there's an element of you need to let this play out, and I feel like you're ignoring your intuition on something, okay? I've just been drawn by Spirit to the green door. I feel like you're... Okay, for some of you, I feel like there's a time limit on this because maybe you need to communicate and you're having trouble getting that communication out because you're not quite sure how to do it, what to say. Come from your heart space, okay? You're not responsible for how people take your energy, but if you come with truth and integrity, then I'm not going to say you're going to get a positive outcome. I'm going to tell you you're more likely, if you're coming at someone with truth and integrity, you're more likely to get a more positive outcome, not necessarily the outcome that you want, but a more positive reaction from that person, okay? Because especially if that other person is an empath or someone with spiritual abilities, okay, someone who's a human lie detector, they're going to know if your energy is off and you're not in your truth and integrity, they're going to know, and they're going to automatically disconnect themselves from you, okay? So I do feel there is a message about making sure that you are in alignment, that you're coming from truth, integrity, and that's not always easy. But if you come at people in your truth and in your integrity with your personal truth, you're not responsible for how that person receives that energy, okay? People will receive other people. We all receive other people's energies based on our own wounding and our own experiences, okay? So you're not responsible for other people, you're only responsible for yourself, all right? But I am being drawn to, there is a date on the calendar and there's a lot of clocks. So, and with the tree, I'm feeling that this is a family situation or something to do with stability, possibly finances, because I'm hearing root chakra, which is linked into home, family, finances, security. So maybe work on your root chakra, okay? Maybe you need to ground yourself. If you're feeling like your emotions, again, I'm feeling this sense of panic and overwhelm. And I just feel like I just want to sit here and just go and let it all go. You need to breathe, slow down. You're trying to rush something. You need to take a step back, slow down, okay? Because you're going to get overwhelmed, and that potentially is going to then create blocks, okay? But with the green door, I feel like you need to open your heart, or, which is what I said, like come from your heart space. When you're communicating with people, come from your heart space, be honest with how you feel. And if people reject you because of that, that's not your problem, that's their problem. There's nothing wrong with you. Your feelings are valid, okay? It's not how we feel about a situation, it's what we do about it, how we act. And when we act from fear, we're not making decisions from the right place. When we're coming from love, even so sometimes that's going to upset people, you're always coming from the right place when you come from a place of love. And if other people can't respect that, then they're not your people, okay? I've just been drawn to all the post-it notes on the laptop, and I'm just, it's in a sense of so many things to do, so little time. So what I'm getting is either you are on a time limit and you've got so much to do and you feel like time is running out, and yet there's so much to do and you are limited. There is a time, a specific date on this. So you're having to make tough choices, tough decisions, and just keep moving forward because you don't have time to deal with things. So maybe you're cutting off people, places, situations, making decisions that people don't like because you're on a time limit. You don't have time for this. And it's not because you don't love these people and you're not caring about the situation. It's purely that you do not have time. For some of you, this could be, the calendar says November, and the date on the calendar on the tree is July 17th. So something to do with July and November specifically for some of you, okay? But I'm just getting like White Rabbit from Alice in Wonderland energy. I'm late for a very important date. Slow down, okay? You are where you need to be in every minute of every day, okay? You are always where you will always be put by spirit in. Right, let me try and bring that back and make that make sense. When you are, spirit will always put you where you're meant to be on at any given time, any given date. So if you're running late for an appointment, there's a reason for it. You might not know that now, but it will all make sense later on, okay? As I was saying, for some of you, you are tied to a specific date, and for, with the green being linked into heart chakra, this could be to do with some sort of celebration, okay? Specifically, something that's going to bring a lot of love. It could be a wedding, a baby, a birthday, something to do with some sort of celebration is what I'm picking up, okay? And then if they're on the other side of the fence, that where somebody's made decisions, and maybe you're feeling, for some of you, I feel like, because that's kind of brought some anxiety back in. So I feel the people that are getting anxious, this is something about a lack of information with regards to a celebration, and panicking that you don't have that information and time is running out. So maybe there's been a lack of communication, something about you don't have enough information about it. There's a lack of communication. No one's telling you anything. Something to do with an invitation, okay, to something that you're worried about not getting an invitation because time's running out and you've not heard anything. Okay, let's get some clarifiers. Okay, this card wants to show me. Yeah, on the bottom of the deck, we have confusion, many choices, uncertainty, and then we've got on here, we've got this one says perhaps, this one says maybe, and then we've got past pointing this way, known, unknown, future. There's something about a situation where there's a time limit, you don't know how it's going to go. I'm going to keep that on the top because it came off the bottom of the deck as I picked the deck up. So we're going to keep that out. There's a lot of confusion and a lot of uncertainty with regards to a situation. Okay, I'm also being drawn to the fact that we've got 13 on this card and 19 on this card. Okay, so they could also be important dates. And I'm being drawn to the lamp. The lamps are lit, but they're not actually illuminating any of the paths. There are 3 paths here. There are different ways this could go, and nobody's quite sure how it's going to go. So either you're on the side of you're the one doing all the planning, and you're on time limits, you've had to make decisions, and you're making decisions because you're on a literal time limit. There isn't time to mess around. So you're focused on that. You're out the door, you're doing it, you're getting everything done. On the other hand, I feel like there's somebody here who doesn't have some information or something that they feel they should have received by now. And as a result of that, you're not quite sure whether you're going to get this information or not. So like I say, this could be an invitation to something, some sort of celebration, and as a result, you're not sure whether you're going to get the invite or not. I also feel like there is a need, there's something to do with giving an invitation to something that has a time limit on, and you're not sure. I feel like you want to invite someone, but there's an element of guilt around doing it. For some of you, this could be like a baby shower, or a wedding, a birthday. There is a celebration where there's going to be like a party, and I feel that what I'm picking up on at the moment is there's a little bit of anxiety around, there's a party, maybe you're the one having the party, and you don't know whether to invite a specific person, because maybe there's something that you've done to them and you now want to invite them to something for you, and you're a little bit worried about how they're going to react to that. So I feel like there was a bit of something to do, a bit of like messing around, and I feel that you're something to do with messing someone around, and now I feel like you're now understanding where the other person's coming from, because I feel like there's a situation, a party or something, where you want to invite someone, I think maybe to wrong some sort of right, or you're hoping that this party will right a wrong, and like it's an opportunity to communicate with someone, but you feel guilty about giving them this invite because they were also having something going on and planning on something, and you messed them around, and you're now feeling guilty about that. So you don't know. I also feel like there's another person that, or a situation where you don't know how they're going to react if you invite this other person. So you kind of feel like you're a little bit stuck in the middle. Let's get some clarifiers. So let's clarify this energy, this letting go of urgency. I feel like Spirit are just saying to you, it doesn't matter what decision you make. There are no right or wrong decisions. Just do what is right for you and make a decision that you can live with. Make decisions that bring you peace. Don't invite or uninvite someone if it's going to cause conflict within you, okay? If it's causing conflict within you, regardless of what other people say, if it's causing conflict within you, it wasn't the right decision for you, okay? By all means, take on board what others are saying, but ultimately, you have to make decisions that are right for you, because that person's not in your position, and they don't completely, they might know you, they might know your story, but they don't know. That still doesn't mean that they can make decisions for you, okay? That they know what's the best decision for you. So let's clarify this energy of letting go of urgency. Okay, put it back. Letting go of urgency. Can I more information, please? I'm seeing the Four of Wands, so this is definitely a milestone, a celebration. Whoa, okay. I didn't really want to take that many cards, but as they've come out, we will. Judgment, Two of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, Four of Wands. Oh, I'm running out of room. Right, let's put that there. Okay, there's a situation where either you feel you're going to be judged, or you judged someone else for decisions and choices that they were making. Okay, I do feel like you have a decision, you've made a decision, but you haven't acted on this decision yet. I'm looking at the green candle again. Heart chakra healing is coming through. Either you've been doing a lot of heart chakra healing, or you need to, okay? But she's focused on that candle. And I'm now getting confused, okay, because there's a few different ways this could go. So I'm just going to try and get a little bit of clarity. Right, so I feel like there was a person or a situation that you judged, and you're now releasing that judgment and you're seeing it from the other person's perspective because you're now in a similar situation. Okay, you haven't acted on your decision, but you've made a decision about something. Okay, I do feel like there was someone or something where you judged a decision they made, okay, and you didn't realise that actually their decision wasn't coming from ego, it was coming from a place of healing, from them working on themselves and releasing what no longer serves them, okay, making decisions that's right for them. With regards to a birthday celebration of some sort, wedding, baby shower, something about possibly choosing another person over you. So I'm getting the feeling that there's a few different people watching, that this is the same sort of situation but coming through in different ways. We've got the Ace of Pentacles, so planting a seed, abundance, opportunity, okay? So I feel that you judged a personal situation for decisions made because you didn't realise that they were coming from a healed version of themselves. You assumed that they were throwing their toys out the pram, coming from their ego, basically, and not understanding that they couldn't be doing with this in and out energy, okay? They didn't have time, they had things to do, so they had to remove whatever wasn't working for them and come back into a place of peace for their own sanity, okay? Because they were getting overwhelmed and not knowing what to do. It was about, because when you're not in a place of peace and alignment and doing what's right for you from a place of love, and you're making decisions from fear or people, you know, of what people will say, what people will do, how they're going to view you, you're out of alignment with your own abundance, okay? And you're blocking your blessings. So making decisions that are hard but bring you peace are ultimately going to align you and open you up to opportunities, and bring you blessings from the universe, okay? Which is what I feel has happened in this situation. I feel now that potentially the tables have turned and you're now seeing where you judged this person for the decisions they made and didn't see it from their point of view. And you're now kind of releasing that judgment on them, but you're potentially shaming yourself for not seeing it that way. You need to also let go of that shame and that judgment within yourself, okay? Because that will ultimately keep the cycle going. I do feel like potentially there is something about being put in the only way you could learn that lesson, the lesson that you needed to learn from this was to be put in this situation. And I feel like there were lessons on both sides, okay? I did say that I feel like you're now in the position where you feel like you need to, you don't know whether to invite someone or not. But that seems to have gone now. But I'm going to leave it in because it might be relevant to someone who's switched off. I feel like, yes, I'm going to go this way because this is making sense. You judge someone for the actions, decisions that they made, possibly towards you, because you didn't realise where they were coming from and what they were doing, okay? You felt that they were coming from, they weren't doing it for the right reasons, okay? If you feel that about someone's decisions, that they're going out their way to upset you and do things to hurt you, you need to look at that within yourself, okay? I'm not saying they weren't doing that. I don't know. I wasn't in that situation. I don't know these people. I don't want to judge. I'm just saying that every situation, every person we come across mirrors something back at us. What was this person or situation mirroring back at you? Were you self-sabotaging? Because I do feel like there's an element of self-sabotage now. You're now, instead of holding this other person or these people or whatever it was, this situation accountable and judging them, I feel like you're now releasing that judgment towards them, but you've now put it on yourself and you're judging yourself for your past actions based on a lack of information, but you're not acting on the new information. So ultimately, you're still in those past actions. So you need to work on healing that within you, okay? Working on releasing guilt and shame. Maybe you haven't acted on this new information because you feel or fear that the other person or the situation is going to judge or shame you. And that kind of brings me back to the beginning of the reading where I said you're not responsible for others, how other people receive your energy. You're only responsible for how you give it. So if someone does judge or shame you, that's not on you, that's on them. Okay, if you speak your truth, if you've made a mistake, I don't believe in mistakes personally, but if you've learnt a lesson and you're now realising that maybe you need to apologise for something that you've done, and you hold yourself accountable and admit that, then regardless of how they take your energy, that's only going to open doors for you. Okay, does that make sense? But I feel like there's something that you're missing out on because you're not taking this action. Like your opportunities, there's an opportunity with regards to a celebration, but you're not taking it. And I feel like it's going to be something that brings a lot of happiness, because he's sat here looking at this pentacle. There's opportunities for abundance and blessings, and he's sat there, look, he's the King of Pentacles. He's looking like he's got that abundance, he's got that stability, he's really happy, he's admiring it, he's taking care of his abundance. But that doesn't mean he's not willing to share and offer. It doesn't mean the King of Pentacles isn't going to keep his abundance for himself. He becomes abundant so he can share it with others. He shares his, when he's the King of Pentacles and he's in his balanced state, which is what I'm feeling this is, he shares his abundance with everybody else. You know, he shares that stability, and it could be, for some of you, a financial abundance. But I do feel like there was an opportunity that you could have shared in this abundance, and you're missing out, or you've missed out. Okay. I do feel that there is a potential for something positive to come of this situation, but it very much depends on the actions and decisions that you make now. It might not be quite how you wanted it to be, but I do feel there's an element of compromise. There's something about a compromise. You may need to compromise on the situation, which might be where there might be multiple lessons in this situation. Let's get a soul, what are these called? Soul Truth card, okay, and see what Spirit's advice is. What do they want you to ask yourself about this person, this situation, or whatever this is for you? Okay. Am I clear on what my soul really wants? Take out the shoulds and the limitations. What did I say to you at the beginning? You've put limitations on, you've put restrictions on this person, this situation, and the way it should be. Okay, and that is ultimately what's created the conflict, what's created the blocks. The word I wanted to use has completely gone again. You basically put it in a box and expected it to go a certain way, look a certain way, and that's not necessarily what's in everyone's highest and greatest good. And if the other people in the situation, you know, it basically it wasn't. There's something about a lack of clarity. Or you still have a lack of clarity on where this situation is going. So Spirit is saying to you, be clear on the outcome that you'd like, but be open to it not going that way, and understanding that everything happens for a reason, and you might not understand the reason now, but it will make much more sense to you. Well, when you're meant to have that information, you will have that information. It will come to you when you're ready, okay? Take out the shoulds and the limitations. Get out of your head and pay attention to your heart's desires. Instead, work on the heart chakra. If you knew it was impossible to fail, what would you do? Wherever you go, go with all of your heart. Come from your heart space. Today's soul action. Ask yourself what it is that your soul really wants. What does your heart crave? Then take one step in that direction. Be clear with whatever it is that you are desiring for yourself, for this situation, and for others. Because when you're not clear on what your soul wants, you send mixed messages to the universe, okay? And then they come in and create a situation to force your hand to be honest with yourself, okay? And I said at the beginning, either you're not being honest with yourself or you're not being honest with others. If you're not being honest with yourself, then you're probably not being honest with others either, okay? So just get clear with yourself what it is that you desire for you. Okay, what do you desire for the outcome of this situation? And then let it go with the understanding that whatever comes is meant to happen for everybody's highest and greatest good, because there are lessons all round. And if something crumbles, let it crumble, because it'll go one or two ways. Either it wasn't meant for you at all, its time's up and it needs to go, or it wasn't built on a firm foundation, and there'll be an opportunity to rebuild on a firm foundation, and it'll be better than you could ever have dreamed of. Okay? Let's get an affirmation card to end on. I feel like you need to raise your vibration. This reading for me personally, I'm feeling it's quite heavy, it's quite sad, and the energy, I'm not liking this energy that you're in. You need to raise your vibration so that you attract better, okay? So we're going to get a positive affirmation that you can use going forward to help with a positive mindset, or maintaining a positive mindset, because you need to flip the situation around. You're looking at it from a place of lack and what you're losing, and not what you're gaining. Okay? You're looking at loss instead of gain. Now have a positive affirmation, please. Yeah, I don't like this energy for you. You deserve something better. You deserve to be happy. And you deserve to have what you truly desire. Okay, but you have to believe that you deserve it as well, okay? So just get working on raising your vibration. And being clear with the universe and yourself what it is you want. No one else has to know. You don't have to tell anyone else. Just be clear with yourself and the universe, okay? When I lean on certainty and faith, I change my mind about the world I see. Yeah, you just need to change your perspective, okay? You need to see this situation through fresh eyes. That's what Spirit's just said, through fresh eyes, a new perspective. Maybe you already are. Like I said, for some of you, I do feel like the tables are turning and you're starting to see it through fresh eyes. You're on the right path if you are, okay? The universe works fast when I'm having fun. Raise your vibration. Do what makes you happy. And then any delay that you feel, you won't notice the delay, okay? Because if you're sitting around in a waiting energy, you're always going to be in that waiting energy. If you act like it's already happening, it's already here, go and do things that make you happy, then it appears that it manifests quicker. We come into alignment and it feels like it's manifesting really quickly and things are moving quickly. Okay? So there is another message here for some of you that have been doing this. Maybe you feel like things are moving really, really, really quickly. And it's creating some fear within you because things are moving really, really quickly and things feel like they're coming into alignment. It's because you've done the work and you're already in alignment and you have raised your vibration, okay? So just trust and have faith. You're on the right path and you're doing the right thing, and keep that vibration high. Okay, that's all I have time for you. Time for you? There's an element of something to do with time. What I meant to say was that's all I have for you today. Thank you for letting me be part of your journey. Take care, stay safe. I hope this situation, whatever it is for you, works out in the best possible way. and it brings you so much joy, because I do see there is an opportunity, something like abundance coming. If you can raise your vibration, you're going to attract that. You're going to be a magnet for abundance. Okay, so take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. Namaste.